Hi everybody, it's Kathy here from Kathy Loves to Scrap, and I'm coming to you from Down Under today with a layout for the 123 Scrapbooking Challenge on Scrapbook Fantasies. Well, it's their Facebook page called 123 Scrapbooking Challenges, but it is linked to them. Naomi John Regel made the sketch for this challenge, and we had to use the colours orange and yellow, and the three words which were love you more. And this is my layout that I have created, and it is of me and my daughters on a day out to Manly. Alright, so I chose these photos which I'm going to keep whole, and these ones I'm going to trim down to the 2x2s. They're just all backgrounds. I have loads of photos with those backgrounds, so that's why I've chosen to cut those down. I'm going to use the yellow and the orange flowers from these to tie together the colour theme and also to build my clusters around the page. I have this yellow gingham paper and the orange paper in the background, and I'm going to have a yellow frame. So if you've watched lots of my videos, you know that I cut a 1-inch frame out of my cardstock always, and then layer my base paper down onto it so that it has a finishing edge. I've cut out a 4-inch strip here of the gingham yellow white, and with it's got an orange rusty distressed look to it as well. I'm just going to trim down my photos here to 2x2. I'm cutting away all that excess because the focus of them is the people in the photo. This was a day we went to Manly. Every January I make the trip to Manly. It's a day out and the beach is beautiful, and today, this one, I was able to convince both my girls to come along with me. This is my eldest and my my youngest and my middle daughter. And it was a really, really hot day. So we were on the River Cat going down first to Sydney, Circular Quay, where we then changed over to a ferry to go over to Manly. And the title, Love You More, is more about the girls learning to love themselves. They're both very different girls and have very different outlooks on life, but they both lack confidence as well, which is very interesting, and I'm trying to teach them to be a little bit more confident in themselves. This was that period of time just after COVID, our lockdown. We were finally allowed out again. It was a hot summer's day, and both girls had suffered through COVID. It was a tough time for both of them for different reasons, and so it was just a good opportunity for us to get out and do things and build their confidence again to be seen out in public. So I'm just layering up here the clusters of the flowers that I cut out of that paper, and I'm manipulating them around, as you can see, first of all, until I'm happy with their configuration. Remember, when you're clustering, it's just a matter of manipulating and moving around, adding here, taking away from there, seeing how this aligns. As you can see, when I put in the title, that cluster needed to come up a bit more, so that's what I've done here. And I layer it up, and you can see that it goes in. I went and glued those down, and now I'm gluing down the rest of the title. And this is a trick I learned on a long time ago, where you're using your thickers because they do wear out with their sticking. You use a bit of tacky glue and you put it on the back of your thumb, and then just dip the letters into there, and it's nice and clean and it fits them in nicely. So as you can see, I added in a camera into that cluster as well, and I've put all of them down. I then have these little word strips that have little sayings on them. One's together, one's be you, one's have an adventure, and I can't remember the others, but they're all little word strips that tie this layout together, and in the close-ups you'll see them at the end. But it always is good to add those little extras, make the layout yours, have your clusters built out with them. I'm using my Nuvo drops here in clusters of 3. I've set up the visual triangle with the Nuvo drops, and you can see that they just add a little bit to your cluster. I'm going to journal down here in handwriting. It's really important that you're recording what the event is about, so that anyone that's looking at the pictures know the relevance for this layout. And basically it was just saying that I was teaching the girls to be a little bit more confident about themselves. I've added in some faux stitching here just to finish off my layout. I was feeling that the orange was a little bit flat, that the background needed just that little bit more to lift it off the page and finalize it. So using a white gel pen, I'm going around and adding in some faux stitching. Looking at it, I was still not happy, so I've gone back now with some watercolour paint in the yellow, and I'm adding extra splatters around the top where the orange was a bit just sitting there a bit flat. So the splatters add a little bit more and make the background a little bit more interesting, but because it's in the yellow, it doesn't overpower, and it actually just blends nicely into the layout. Using my Cosmic Shimmers, I've gone back and I'm going through the center of those flowers just to add a little bit of a shimmer to the page. When it dries, it has that little sparkling glitter effect, which brings out still the black but with the glitter added. So there's my layout. I'm also adding here just some glossy accents onto the lens of my camera so that it has that fishbowl effect when you look at it in real life. This is quite a simple layout that came together quite easily. Oops, and there you go. See, don't pick up wet Nubos. Don't do what I just did, and definitely make sure that they're dry before you start to move your page around. So I've just removed the two that I smudged and I added into more back in there, and it just blends in nicely. Thankfully, it was still wet enough that I could clean that spot without too much damage. The clusters there with the flowers layered. There's the word adventure, happy moment, capture the moment, yourself, and together. As I said, they were the words that I used throughout this one. And it just tied together nicely. I followed the sketch. I had the two colours, the orange and the yellow, and I added in the title, Love You More. So thanks for looking. As you can see, it came together quite easily from that sketch to this layout, where you can find all of the challenges of 1, 2, 3 scrapbooking challenges on Facebook in that group. It is tied to Scrapbook Fantasies. I'll have all the links down below in my description so you can see. These are a close-up of the clusters and how they've come together, and the colours are vibrant as you can see. It was a great page, and I finally got those photos done that I've been carrying for quite a while. So I'm glad you stayed in. There is a 6-photo layout with little effort, really, and it came together nicely. So remember, I'm Kathy from Kathy Loves to Scrap. Thanks for watching. If you liked something, give me a like. It lets YouTube know that you want to see more of my content. If you are subscribed, thanks for returning. If you aren't, please consider. That'd be great. And don't forget to leave me a comment and I'll get back to you as soon as I have a chance. Remember, you can find all of my layouts on Instagram, where I'm Kathy Loves to Scrap, and even the ones that don't have videos can be found there. Thanks for watching. Happy scrapping. See you next time.